Usually when I talk about host plants for butterflies, you know, the type of plants that caterpillars need to eat, I refer to milkweeds and parsley and other types of garden plants. Well, not all caterpillars feed on annuals and perennials as I've described before. Some eat trees and shrubs. And since we mostly associate butterflies with flowers, it might seem especially odd to think of a connection with trees. But many of our butterfly species and moths require trees and shrubs to help complete their life cycle. One example is the willow tree. This tree is a host plant for many species of butterflies, including the mourning cloak and the red-spotted purple. Another good example of a type of tree that benefits butterflies is the pawpaw tree. The pawpaw is an understory tree usually found in moist woodlands. The zebra swallowtail butterfly lays its eggs on the leaves of the pawpaw. Here's a species you might have heard of, the sassafras tree. Sassafras are interesting in the fact that there are 4 different kinds of leaves on one tree, including one that looks like a mitten. And you can make sassafras tea from boiling the roots of this tree. The sassafras is a host plant because the caterpillar of the spicebush butterfly feeds on the leaves. This leaf has been chewed, but not by caterpillars. When the leaf looks like a skeleton, that's evidence of Japanese beetles. A caterpillar would eat whole sections of leaf. The best way to find spicebush caterpillars is to look for leaves that are rolled up like this. The caterpillar spins silk that causes the leaf to roll and it hides inside. Spicebush caterpillars are neat because they change their appearance as they grow. The small caterpillars mimic a bird dropping to full predators. The larger caterpillars develop eye spots so they look like a snake to also fool predators and help protect them from being eaten. Another food plant for the spicebush swallowtail caterpillar is spicebush. This shrub prefers light shade and is becoming more popular in landscaping. You can see it's already developing bright red fruits. These will be eaten by birds later this winter. And in the fall, the foliage turns golden yellow, which makes it a beautiful addition to your landscaping. There are more rolled leaves on this shrub, this one with a caterpillar inside. So when choosing trees and shrubs for your backyard landscaping, consider some of the species we've talked about today: the spicebush, pawpaw, willow, and sassafras. More food for caterpillars means more butterflies. For Wild Ohio, I'm Donna Daniel.
Al Faber's joining me today, and Al's the Chief of Staff for the National Guard here in Ohio, and he's quickly becoming kind of my hero as a waterfowl chef. He's a big-time waterfowl hunter and has learned some ways to cook ducks that basically, if you're not crazy about waterfowl, you just don't even know that you're eating waterfowl. So what are you going to fix for us this time?
Well, Vicki, this time what we're going to cook is basically a duck schnitzel, very similar to Wiener Schnitzel. We're going to bread the veal,
Okay.
The duck, and it's been sitting in buttermilk now for about 3 days, and then we're going to add a brown gravy to the top,
Okay.
and then we're going to serve au gratin potatoes and red cabbage on the side.
Oh, yum. We get the whole meal today. Okay.
And we're going to begin by taking out our duck from the buttermilk, and it's been in here for 3 days.
And now, you had pounded this flat, had you not, or did you?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
We began the process by pounding the duck between 2 layers of saran wrap, and we pounded it to about 1/8 of an inch thick.
Okay. See, that's so nice because you have, and I do that with a lot of things, even chicken breasts and things, just to get a uniform cooking through them because of the width.
And it both tenderizes the meat, and then the buttermilk just turns it right into a piece of veal.
I suppose with it pounded a little bit, that probably enables the buttermilk to soak right into the meat a little bit better as well.
Absolutely, because you're creating a lot of surface space that way. And we're going to put it in some spiced flour to begin with, which was 1 cup of all-purpose flour and a 1/4 cup of Cajun spices, and I like to use Paul Prud'homme's. From there, we're going to put it in this egg wash, which was 2 beaten eggs and a 1/4 cup of milk. And then we're going to put it in breadcrumbs, which was a cup of breadcrumbs, and we mixed in a 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese.
Okay.
And we're going to bread it up really good here. And then we're going to place it in our frying pan, which had 4 tablespoons of oil and 1 stick of butter. And we're going to fry it till medium rare, no more than medium rare.
Okay.
And it's going to be about 2 minutes on each side.
Okay, very good.
Okay, Vicki, we've been cooking for about 2 minutes on each side now, and our duck breast is done. We're going to put it on the plate.
Okay.
And we're going to add some of our red cabbage that we've heated up in the microwave as a side garnish.
I love red cabbage.
And if you'll add the potatoes.
Sure will.
And I like to use au gratin potatoes because this is essentially a German dish.
This is a heck of a feed here. Just a little bit more.
And then we'll put some brown gravy over our duck schnitzel. And I used a brown mushroom gravy straight out of the jar. Nothing fancy. And there you have it.
That's about as pretty a presentation as you could get.
Thank you.
With our favor, I'm Vicki Mounts, the Wild Game Gourmet.
Wildlife officers are often asked, what are the legal hunting hours? Well, these hours can vary by species and by season. There are exact times and not estimations and can be found in the Hunting Digest. The most common question asked is the difference between deer archery season and the deer gun season. During the deer archery season, legal shooting hours are 1/2 hour before sunrise to 1/2 hour after sunset. During the deer gun season, legal shooting hours are 1/2 hour before sunrise to sunset. It's illegal to possess a loaded firearm after sunset, so to be sure and unload before you leave the field. Knowing the laws makes you a responsible hunter. For Wild Ohio, I'm Wildlife Officer Jeff Collingwood.
That's it for today's Wild Ohio. If you have questions or comments, call us at 1-800-WILDLIFE or visit us on the World Wide Web. And don't forget to check out wild game recipes at wildohiocookbook.com. I'm Skip Trask. Thanks for watching.